This is the best anniversary of all time. The ninth anniversary. It will never be surpassed. We have LR, STR Super Vegito Easy A. Are you serious right now? Like, come on. Omatu is in there cooking. He got his chef hat on. They'll call him Black Leg Omatsu out there. He's cooking, right? Best chef in the world. Absolutely going crazy in the ninth anniversary. We have the STR Super Vegito Easy A, Physical BUUHAN Easy A. We also, for some reason, they dropped this guy. They just showed us the next Dokkan Fest, which is kind of weird. I'll talk about. Nah, I might not. He's kind of whatever. He seems okay, but not too crazy. This guy's getting easy. You can't even rainbow him yet, so I don't know what that's about. Um, Let me just stop messing around. I don't know what this is. Let me just stop messing around. Let's get straight into the details. This is a video for the LR Super Vegito details, BUUHAN details, and one more surprise later in the video. If you watch that long, you'll get to it. Let's start off with the main man himself, STR Super Vegito. Well, this obviously is not Super Vegito, right? Because it's base Goku and Angel Vegeta. That's how they start off. So, shout out to the Dokkan Wiki for these translations. I did have them up on just this website, but it was, you see it in Japanese, so it's just Google Translate translates that. Well, let's get right into it. So, of course, Battle of Wits, Majin Buu Saga 180, Key 3. That's the usual Dokkan Easy A. Now, this is where it gets crazy. So, in base, they stack defense for each super attack. They stack. That's great. So, both 12 key and 18 key, they stack defense. Fantastic. Now, passive. Key 2, attack and defense was 200%. Reduces damage received by 30%. That's pretty much the same. I mean, stats increase. Damage reduction is the same. Plus an additional key plus 2 per key sphere, same thing. Launches an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super. That's good. I think it used to be 30, if I'm not mistaken. I can't read it. Anyways, I'm pretty sure it was 30, but now it is a guaranteed additional with 70% chance, which is great, especially for a unit that stacks. Being able to super 3 times is huge. Now that you launch the additional with a 70% chance to become a super, you have a medium chance to perform a crit, so 30%, attack and defense plus 50%, and launches an additional super attack upon character's entry. So first turn they guaranteed additional, so you'll do additional, or you'll do your first super, guaranteed additional, 70% chance to additional, and then most likely you'll do hidden potential if you build them additional, which is what I recommend. I'm going to build my Vegito additional. I have to change him. He'll be additional dodge. We'll get to the dodge later. He doesn't need crit. Again, we'll get to that later on why. Other than that, he just straight up gets a medium chance to perform a crit here. So, launches an additional super attack upon their entry, or if HP is 77% or more, which is not bad because when you're under 77%, you transform after turn 4 from, I believe it's start of battle. So, that's good. So, you're going to be guaranteed additionaling pretty much every time, and then when you're not, you'll be able to transform, which is great. Plus an additional damage reduction and chance to perform a crit plus 20% when attacking if HP is 50% or more. So if your HP is 50%, you have a 50% chance to crit and 50% damage reduction, which is pretty good. I mean, he doesn't have the best defense, I'll be honest, with starting out. So as long as he's not getting absolutely blasted, he'll be pretty good. Stacks defense, has decent crit chance. It'll be pretty solid, but this is not what we're here for. We're here for Super Vegito himself, right? So, remember, turn 4, under 77% HP, that is the condition. Now, you get into Super Vegito. You greatly raise attack and defense for both 18 key and 12 key, which is good. That's why you build them full additional. You get those, it's important for him. He needs it. And he seals, which I don't know how useful that is, to be honest, him sealing, but it's fine, whatever. You fully recover HP, which is always good. Yeah, full heal is good. Guards all attacks for 3 turns, that's great. Key plus 5, attack and defense plus 250%, and high chance of performing crit. Let's keep that in mind. You get a straight up high chance. You don't need to give this guy any crit. plus an additional chance performing a crit plus 20% with each attack performed. Now, I don't know if that counts counters or not. Either way, you're not really running this guy in slot 1, so you're pretty much... I mean, I guess you can in some situations, but you're pretty much not running him in slot 1, so you'll have a 70% chance to crit on counters, probably higher. It's more likely to be, yeah, he'll be higher. If you have him full additional, it's with each, I believe it's with each attack. Yeah, each attack. It's not even each super, it's each attack. So keep that in mind. Additional and dodge, I would say. You don't need to give him any crit. Try to get 20. I'm going to try to get 20 and 20 in each. So plus an additional chance performing a crit plus 20% with each attack performed within the same turn. Plus an additional attack plus 30 within the same turn after receiving an attack. Reduces damage received by 30%, which is good because he does guard all attacks for 3 turns. Plus an additional damage reduction of 30% when receiving normals. Now, I don't know how that stacks. I don't know if it is 60% with normals or how that works. I'm pretty sure it's 60% damage reduction with normals, if I'm not mistaken. And remember, he has the Scouter, so you're not going to be getting hit by a super unless you purposely put him in front of the super or he gets locked in front of the super. Those are the only ways you can get hit with super attacks with this guy, so he'll most of the time have 70% or 60% damage reduction against normals, which you should be going against normals anyways because he has the Scouter for 10 turns. That is insane. It's for the whole team. You transform with this guy, you're going to be able to see this where the super attack is for basically the rest of the fight. That is pretty strong. Now, sometimes it doesn't save you because you don't really have a choice of where you can put units, so it doesn't always save you, but just having that little extra information of knowing where the strongest attack is going to be in that turn is always pretty useful. I mean, you float them off, you're not going to get caught because you know there's going to be a super attack there or not. So, of course, key plus 2 per key sphere, attack and defense plus 77%, foresees enemy super attack for 10 turns from start of turn. So, that's STR Super Vegito. He's really good. He's not on the level of UI Goku or Evolution Blue Vegeta in my opinion, but this unit is very good. Especially when he's guarding, he's going to be relatively tanky, and he shoots out pretty high damage counters with the most likely is going to be higher than 70% crit chance. So he's very good. Again, overall, because of the base form, I don't think he's above UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta. But he does have a quote-unquote enemy or ally protection effect with the super attack Scouter for 10 turns, which is a long time. There's no fights that really last longer than 14 turns. And there's the boss rush, but that doesn't really count. It's not like super hard. Let's go to BUUHAN. I think the Vegito was very good. Base could have been better, but overall pretty good. So this is BUUHAN. Power absorption, Majin power 180, greatly raise attack. Raise defense for 1 turn. He also still greatly stacks defense on 18 key. Recovers 20% at the start of turn, which is good. Key 2, attack and defense plus 200%. Great chance of guarding all attacks. That's scary because you don't guard, you're probably just going to get blown up. So, well, he does have a chance to dodge right here. Medium chance of evading an attack. Plus an additional attack plus 2, or plus an additional key plus 2 per key sphere attained, launches an additional super attack, plus an additional attack and defense plus 50%, and guards all attacks for 1 turn from entry, or if HP is 90% or less from start of turn. So I guess that's really not that big of a deal. You're probably going to be under 90% HP, and turn 1 you're going to be guarding anyways. He's pretty much going to be guarding most of the time. Great chance of evading enemy attack plus 20% and survive KO attack once per turn if HP is 80% or less when receiving an attack. Okay, so you get hit, or is it getting targeted? Either way, your dodge goes up to 50%. Okay, so that's not bad. If HP is 70%, recovers 12% if HP is 50% or less. He seems solid. He's definitely gonna help the artificial life forms mission, which is tough. He'll definitely help that out. But he seems pretty solid too. Again, not on the same level as the UI and Evolution Blue Vegeta, but that's fine. These guys are still both pretty good from what I see. BUUHAN's gonna be lacking teams. I'm pretty sure that's just how it is with extreme class units. This is okay. That was Bootanks. This is BUUHAN, right? He raised attack and defense for 4 turns. Oh, he does that on both supers. I have mine both built full crits. I might have to change that. 4 turns, if you do a lot of super attacks, 4 turns can like make a difference. So recovers 20% HP, key +5, attack and defense +20 or 250%, launches an additional super attack for 3 turns from start of turn. Okay. Guards all attacks. Okay, that's good. High chance of evading. Okay, 50% chance to dodge. Guards all attacks. So basically got Goku with 10% less chance to dodge, but no key orb restriction, so that's good. Launches an additional super attack. Oh, so he can super 3 times already. So he gets 3 guaranteed supers for the first 3 turns so far. Plus an additional key 2 key sphere, an additional attack and defense +50%, and disables enemy action once within the turn when performing an ultra for 5 turns. Okay, okay. Plus an additional attack and defense +100% starting from the 6th turn. Seals the attacked enemy super attack for 5 turns. That doesn't really do anything. Plus an additional attack +50% upon the character's next attack. HP is 50% or more at the end of turn, or if HP is 50% or less, recovers 10% HP. Okay. BUUHAN, pretty good. His ceiling is pretty useless, but his action break will be pretty useful. Action break is pretty useful. I mean, if you action break the super attack, you are absolutely cooking. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Enemy can't negate that, so they're pretty good. This is the best celebration of all time. Also, this is the final surprise, right? We got this announcement. In addition, in future updates, we are planning to implement improvements that will make playing even more fun in a new awakening called Ultra Z Awakening. So that is EZA 2 basically, which STR Super Gogeta, Janamba, all these old characters that EZA'd a long time ago are gonna get their second EZAs. I'm excited to see how they do this. It will be announced in a notice, so it's not happening yet, but I'm really interested to see how this is going. Let me know what you think about that down below. Again, STR Super Vegito EZAs, super excited for this. I need this on global. I need it injected into my veins right now. This guy was my favorite unit for so long. I'm so glad that he got a good EZA. It's not disappointing. He's pretty good. Now again, base form isn't like fantastic, but they're pretty solid. 50% damage reduction, above 50% HP with stacking. Yeah, he can get blown up in like the later fights, but you're not gonna be in that form in the later fights, so it's fine. Anyways, you know, you like the video. Like the video for me, please. Helps me out a lot. If you like it, also just, you know, drop a sub to the channel, please. Anyways, that's Super Vegito. That's EZA BUUHAN. I'm out.